よし。こんばんは、月明かりライドです。まあ、ちょっと、スイッチじゃなくて、ツイットをしますね。よし。だな。はい。まあ、そうですね。途中、てか、エンディング前の最終戦闘からなので、ね、ちょうど、まあ、さっき一旦経過して、こんな感じ。で、このターンで、絶対死ぬだろう。18HP だったら。ということなので。じゃあ、エンディングだけ見てみましょう。お、だな。クリティカルしたし。追加攻撃でやるわ。エンディングだけ見るね。あ、サレンダー。ちょっと待って。
Because it knows I'm its master. I will finish this.
The brain is on the cusp of its final thought, and it's taking all of the Emperor's strength to keep it there. An opportunity, perhaps.
We could do it, you know. We could rule the world.
We could rule the world. 世界支配できる。ちょっと待ってね。そうですね。ゲーム音少し上げますわ。オーディオ。これくらいでいいかな。まあ、前回と同様に脳を破壊する。うん。前回と同様に脳を破壊するを選ぶ。ちょっと待ってね。よし。で、今日アップデートしたのよ。昨日アップデートしたので、お、
Hopes, nightmares, and the screams of legions upon legions of unborn Illithids. The pain rips through you, obliterating all thought, all feeling. Your tadpole burns in your brain.
このクランも海の中に落ちた。かな？
Silence. For the first time in a long time, your thoughts are entirely your own. And then, gravity.
労働が必要だ。少し。大丈夫。ちゃんと動いてるから。大丈夫でしょ。 うんてか、エルダーブレインの後ろこんな感じだったな。ちょっと穴みたいのがあるよね。お、カマキラさんこんばんは。今日、ボーダースケアップデートしたから、まあ、新しいエンディング見に行きたいと思います。で、さっきの選択肢も結構違うか。このエルダーブレインをどうするべきなのか。で、前の日本語パッチインストールしたけど、あ、ちょっとロード間に合わないかも。てか、こいつらエルダーブレインからの支配逃れられたから、普通に戦う意識もなくなるじゃない。プトゥルフチックだ。うん。で、エンディング更新したから、エンディング前から見ることにしたけど。
Everything you sacrificed. It was worth it. For this.
これ何の店だっけ？ここも前回と同様な選択肢にしたい。
Hells. I'm lucky I learned to swim when I did.
重装甲が着てながら泳げるのか。
My powers, they're draining. Just like Mazora said they would. A small price to pay in the grand scheme of things.
Fucking hell. It's over.
I can't feel the tadpole. They must have all died with the brain. That means we can't turn into mind flayers. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with being a mind flayer, of course.
It makes little difference to me. I did what I had to secure my freedom. And in spite of your resistance to evolution, you have proved a good ally. I'm glad you think so. I did my best.
The Githyanki are leaving. It would have been hard to imagine parting ways from them peacefully once.
I may not understand what's happening, but hope the stream goes well.
Will
Yeah.
you be joining them?
The Netherbrain is dead. To slay a Ghaik was my sworn
They have an
duty.
update for new
Let's call
ending,
out to
so I'm
Timber.
gonna see it.
My ascension's at hand.
前回も説得したけど、説得できなかったんよな。3週か。できないな。4足りなかった。
My purpose was ordained before I hatched. Vlaakith is the wind that bears me and the fire that warms me. You are an honorable ally. I thought I would carry you. In truth, you oft carried me. I won't forget it. Silence now. I will speak the right. Vlaakith Barnasin. Vlaakith Ixaith. Vlaakith Trinasaji. You quiver in spite of yourself. Lae'zel shouts to the astral plane, seeking an answer. And before long, she has one.
.こっちもドラゴンだよな。
A red dragon to carry me to Tunarath. The Queen's covenant is fulfilled. You look on as Lae'zel soars to an uncertain fate. With the Githyanki gone, there's nothing left but the silence of the city, smoldering, waiting to be rebuilt.
あ
But
と
it seems
は
that Gale's mind is elsewhere.
The crown. It's somewhere in the Chiontha. If I salvage the stones, I can reforge it.
Hmm.
With the crown in my hands, I would be unstoppable. The casts I weave would be mine to command. I would be more than the greatest wizard who ever lived. I would be a god. Want, need, deserve. Choose whatever word you prefer. But it is what I'm going to do. Mistra has dictated the terms of my potential for long enough. The crown would grant me control of my own destiny at last. Think of all I could achieve. All that I could grant to those whose ambitions are restrained by Mistra's yoke. I could raise a new Netherrealm. Right here in Faerun.
いいね。
It's I who should be saying such things. Do not think I leave you without a heart as heavy as your own. I owe it to myself to follow where destiny leads. I'll never forget you. That I promise. If you ever felt differently, there'll be a place waiting for you in the heavens.
Another low mortal grasping at godhood. Perhaps he will manage it and be everything he promises. Perhaps not. Better for the world not to find out at all, I think. And certainly better for Gale that Mystra does not. But he set himself on his path. We have our own next steps to think on.
So, what's next? Something fun, I hope.
Celebration, yes. And perhaps a drink, too.
I will not be joining you. I fear my presence will be no more welcome in the streets of the city than it ever was.
I never thought I'd be sorry to see a mind flayer go, yet here we are. Be safe.
I will miss you too.
Now that you no longer live in each other's minds, it's hard to tell if the mind flayer is being sincere, though perhaps no harder than it ever was.
なんかナレーションはディフィニティのメロディと同じ
Did it, soldier.
ボイスだったな。
The city's going to be all right. And so are you. Engine's finally cooked. Held on just long enough. So, how'd I do? So are you, my friend, my companion. I adore you. Careful! Hot! I never gave up. I did my best. I did my best. It's the one thing I can't beat, isn't it? I wanted to live in my city with my friends. But life is for the living. And I saw... Goodbye, son. Goodbye, sea. Goodbye.
No, stop. I won't allow this. Karlak, you're coming with me. Back to Avernus. We can't let her die. Not like this. Not now.
You can't.
So, what do you say? Die here now, or live on with the blade of Avernus at your side. Zariel won't touch you. I swear it, Karlak.
Fine.
僕も一緒に来たかったけど、
Well, with you. But we have
シャードハートを一人にしてはいけないから。
I can't hang on much longer.
.またローディングが。剣道さん。
It's over. And it's
Ah.
all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid Empire. No Death Gods.
No
tyranny.
Illithid Empire. Lightning. What? Thanks to me, I'm gonna save everyone.
You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate.
いいね。
Last night was perfect. Though I couldn't help lying there thinking about my parents before you stirred.
ちょっと待って。うん。よし、大丈夫。うん。
More than I thought would be possible, considering the short time we had. I gave them the release they asked for, freed myself from Shah's grasp just as they wished for. But there's moments where I think I'd trade that to be able to see them again, talk to them again. There's so much only they could have told me. But that's all gone now. I've got to move on. Find some place for myself. I was hoping you'd say that. Whatever lies ahead will be far less daunting if I have you. It could be just like old times. Well, hopefully not exactly like old times. I think I've had enough camping and mortal peril for one lifetime.
ロード多いな。まあ、PC が弱いからしょうがないか。一応5、6年前の PC だから。おおー、ここに戻った。ここから新しいな。誰？ウィルいる、ミンスクいる。お、もしかして、まあ翻訳なし。そうでしょ。あ、ここは新しい。Potato PC, yeah. ここは前見たことない。全員ゾンビ化してますけど。どういうことになった？さすがに。
Brain fell, you and Shadowheart have seen more of Faerun than you ever thought possible. She no longer
キスヤンキーの習慣は知らない。この福音。
One day, you receive a letter passed to you by a stranger who bows with deference.
そうですね。
An invitation to a gathering of the friends and allies who stood by your side in the
まあ
fight
多分
against
ここ
the
からわか
outside.
るでしょ。
You waste no time in packing and set off on the long road
てか、
back to
あ、
where
中国
all
語
of
に
your
なってる。
adventures
そうで
together
すね。
began.
さすがに新しいストーリーは翻訳なしか。まあ、モッドで翻訳してるから、まあ。で、モッド、今日できた新しいシナリオだから中国語に戻った。
Thou wert called here, some from above,
英語で聞くか。
some below. For with
一
thy
回セーブ
bond,
しますね。
together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight fate
名前は日本語でしょ。
renews thy bond once more.
そういうこ
Thou
と。
shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
No one another once more. よし。一回、セーブして。もうセーブされたけど、もう一回セーブして。一回英語にするか。さすがに翻訳ないからな。新しいシナリオじゃ。で、モッドはね、まあ、中国語を日本語にするモッドだからさ。だから、翻訳なくなったら中国語。PS 版なら日本語ちゃんとあるらしい。で、PS 版いつ出るんだ？お、見てみます。BG3。今起動中？いや、待って。セーブしたら、ゲームやめるしてないな。再起動します。そうですね。日本語モッドはもうアップデートされないから。うん。で、12月21日発売らしいぞ。PS 版。PS5 オンリーね。それはしょうがないか。さすがに PS4 で動けるゲームじゃないか。お？どうして？どうなってるんだ？待って、chosen language は関係ないか。ああ、ここだ。 もう一回再起動します。よし。てか。はい。ここからは新しいです。てか、前、ランダムか。多分。エンディング最後のシーンはランダムかもしれない。で、前やった時はカーラクとビールが自国でのシーンでしたっけ。今回はラセアウのシーンだったな。よし。翻訳なしじゃしょうがないか。頑張って聞くしかないな。ファローいる。カラクいる、ビルいる。シュヘーラ。アスタリオもいますね。シャドウハートはいる。
Strange, isn't it? I feel like I must have dreamed the last few months. Now I'm waking up back in camp with my hair smelling like wood smoke and fallen leaves stuck to my backside.
Don't worry, you'll start enjoying yourself in no time. I can pinch you if you are afraid this isn't real. Your backside is just fun, trust me, I have been checking regularly. If you don't think you're up to this, just say the word, I would make sure.
A little wine might help accelerate the process. So, we should
Japanese English.
Tell people about what we've been doing these past few months.
Yeah.
I'd hate to be a bore that comes along and regurgitates the same story to someone moments after you've told them. Any ideas?
I'm your willing Nantoka in all things. What do you think worth telling?
Well, there's the visit to the House of the Moon, fending off Sharan assassins. That stray imp that joined us. Bing Bong, wasn't it? We've squeezed in a lot. And I'm glad I got to share it all with you. I'm sure we'll have them hanging off our every word. I'll leave you to do some mingling, unless you need anything else. Forgetting something?
Yeah.
That's more like it. Don't get into trouble, but if you must, fetch me first.
Now bears a face like murder. Well indeed.
ケールいる。やっぱ、ラセオはいない。お
Moving ahead. There's something strange in your old friend's mouth. What is it?
何持ってるんだ
A familiar invitation. He wants you to throw the object he's dropped. But it isn't a ball. It's the astral prism.
Where the hell do you find this boy?
He whines. Less talk, more throw.
そうでしょ。あ。
The book refuses to open.
ボールになってる。まあ。嘘、待て。動物と喋れないじゃん。そうだな。喋れないよな。Proving chest.
Scratch yaps a request you know well. Fetch.
Proving chest. おう。すべてのバリエーションの服が生えてる。いいね。じゃあまず誰と話す？
I wonder if I can get this for my own cellar.
Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking very well indeed. Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post. Busy as ever. Better that than the reverse, wouldn't you say? Every major publishing house on the Sword Coast has been vying for my upcoming book on the subject of our
大作家になってますね。
together. I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form. You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think?
I love it. Personally, I'm the hero.
Oh, that would be telling, wouldn't it? But believe you me, my friend, not a word could have been written without you. Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you. Your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
What's cooking?
Not one juicy secret to be heard. Such a pity.
まあ、一人ずつ話すか。
There you are, my friend. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
What?
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthy fragrance you can't quite recognize.
Forest trees draped in moss. Bittersweet, smoky, and that faintest hint of vanilla. A far cry from the rancid Avernus heat that's been clogging my lungs. I swear, Karlak and I have felled enough cambions to build a fortress with their horns.
マジ。
Who would have thought that just one of those fiends held the key
め
to
っちゃ
escaping a
デビ
voice
ル
of good?
殺してる
One of them
らしい。
sported a map and some blueprints.
フィンド
If you
か。
want all the gory details,
Oh.
Karlak can fill you in.
How have you been faring with your warlock power? そういえば、力なくなったよ。
I think the splinters I made out of the last bone devil I saw speak for themselves. Not to pat myself too hard on the back, but I'm not such a bad ranger if I do say so myself.
うん。
I've seen him more than a few times, and he's as proud of me as I am of him. He's leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch.
お父さん助けだよ
He's
な。
back in his element, commanding the flaming fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's chosen primed the fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine. He still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart.
なんかすごいこと言ってるけど、半分しか聞き取れない。
I've missed you too. The rush of battles we fought, the heart-to-hearts, the nights around the fire, the comfort of knowing I didn't face the unknown alone. If I had to do it all over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear, I can't imagine not having you at my side. Well, that's enough hell talk for the moment. The night's young. You shouldn't go wasting it. Or wasting any of the wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oh, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
ちゃへえな。
Cool, fresh air.
Well, now. You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to. Ah, how nice to be understood again. I have spent the past months bickering with builders and bankers, all to restore the city exactly as it was. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers, same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon, same cisterns overflowing, huh?
I heard rumors the upper city has destroyed beyond reconstruction. うん。
Baldorians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three, but nothing I will sniff at any longer. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her. Again. there is still much to do. People to house, a Harper network to rebuild. I may have little love for this city, but so long as my family chooses to serve it, I can do no less. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you. Ah, sentiment. With the greatest affection, I can think of better ways to sour our stomachs. I must inspect the refreshments. You never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
I should take a tour. Just to see what the rest are up to.
のカラクと話すか。一番気になるかな。
Oh shit. Oh my god. He wasn't kidding. With this, you mad bastard! You brought me back!
うん。
Soldier. It's really you. I've missed you, man. Like, I've really missed you. And you're so clean. I'd say so. Can't think of who's been carrying your pack now that Kay's out of commission. Man, we had some good times. Wish Will and I had more time to reminisce, but surviving Avernus is just non-stop. Still, having him there has been incredible. You really can get through anything with someone you love at your side. Oh, but hey, guess what we found? Cambion dropped a map with directions and blueprints for Zariel's own private forge. A fucking forge!
Forge?
Our current plan is to get in, grab a smith, and force him to fix old Rusty.
Oh.
Maybe give me a brand new model that can live outside of Avernus. You haven't seen the last of old Karlak yet, soldier. Trying not to count my owlbears before they've hatched. But the thought of coming back to Baldur's Gate keeps me going.
Mm.
Can I look you up when I'm out? Hey, that would be kind of fun, though. High stakes hide and seek. Honestly, I'd be curious to see if you could land a blow or two. Gods, is it good to see you again. To be here, together. Hard not to get used to it all over again. This won't be the last time. I promise. Look at this place. At us! This is the best party I've ever been to!
いいね。
Well, they can't all be winners.
次は、うん。まずアスタリオンかな。
Do my eye. Well, look who it is.
かっこいい服してますね。
My first and oldest friend. The last 6 months have been kind to you.
You think my heart have been with them is I'm trying to live a good life since last meet. They have had very nice. I had to discover some new ones.
I admit, since my ascension, it has been a charmed existence. Everything I ever wanted is right at my fingertips.
So what have you been doing since I saw you last?
Cazador's mansion has become my palace. and played
Oh.
host to every kind of banquet and soiree and masquerade imaginable. And of course, has seen its fair share of hedonism, clandestine deals, and the occasional disappearance. Whatever it takes to build up my influence over those who matter. I'm spinning my web. Power grows slowly, but I have nothing but time now.
就 and can ruler of Portuguese.
Oh, I wouldn't say ruler. Any old fool can sit on the throne. I would be more of a puppet master. For all my
Oh.
talk in the sun, it's still much more fun to pull the strings of power from the shadows.
Puppet Master.
But the important thing is I am doing wonderfully. Finally having a life that's worth living. And who knows what's next? There's an entire world out there, ready for the taking.
世界征服か。
Perhaps the next time we meet, we'll have grander conquests to toast. I did miss you, you know. There is a sense of loneliness that comes with power. We did share a wonderful adventure, you and I. A pity to see it end in some ways. But we have great new lives stretching out before us, and great new adventures to go on. I will never forget the time we spent together, though. And I know you'll never forget me. Until next time, darling.
もう一回話す。
We've already had one heart-to-heart. Best to leave it at that, don't you think? I'm not sure I can manage another bout of sentimentality.
とは、We get 風紀さん、はい。今日は、まあ、ボーダースケーツアップデートしたので、エンディングみたいなって思ってる。
Well, there he is. Gale in all his glory. I hope you're happy, the god of
What can you now? I start from like the last battle and just kill the boss and see the ending.
Ambition, aspiration,
Mm.
greed, and
Yeah.
hubris is all I hear. The Gale I knew wasn't like this.
I just restart the last battle.
He was contrite.
I finished once last
All
time.
he wanted to do was live. Unfortunately, he fell into company that turned his
And
gaze
this one is
toward
new.
foolishness. Yes, I mean you. False. He was mine.
Oh?
Though now he belongs only to his own pride. I know there's nothing you could have done to stop him. Not really. Once he'd decided to learn nothing from his mistakes, what use were either of our protests? Perhaps you'd be willing to come meet Gale's mother sometime?
Mm.
She misses him so. And I know it would do her heart a world of good to discuss her son with someone who knew him as he was. Jolly good. I'll tell Mrs. Decarios to be expecting you. Oh, she'll be
Decarios.
delighted. Things just haven't been the same without himself cluttering up the place. Enjoy your party, dear. I've heard you quite deserve a celebration.
Goodness. Was Faerun always so dull? Still.
Not
at
kill
least the
because
company
he
is
comes
worth
up
the
on
trip. If not the
神に
view.
なったな。So you did it, you become a god.
I told you I would. didn't I? I imagine you're wondering how all this came to be. The finer points of divine ascension are beyond mortal comprehension, I'm afraid, but I can provide a rudimentary sequence of events. First, I retrieved the crown of Karsus and reforged it using a series of precise and highly complex Netherese incantations. Then, I used it. As you know, the orb within me was the half-formed Karsite Weaver. Magic left incomplete by Karsus' self-destruction. I finished it. Using the crown of Karsus, I turned it into a new form of magic, fused with my being, driven by my purpose. And then I put it to work. As expected, Mystra was unwilling to hand over the reins of the weave, so I've claimed dominion over another area which I've passing familiarity. Ambition. I don't recall saying that I'd given up. I can say this much for now. Mystra is welcome to her dominion. My aims are set a little higher than offering cursory blessings to just any half-decent spellcaster. I exist not to bestow favors on my followers, but to inspire them to seize their destinies for themselves, exactly as I did. I'm their proof. Proof their hopes are not barren wastes, but the loamy soil in which their future achievements will flourish. Proof that with ambition, anything is possible.
To find some proof if a sorcerer wishes to unlock their true potential. Garian. Magic of your sons. Intriguing.
Ao would prefer to let the cosmic dust settle from my unexpected ascension before considering my right to grant my followers such power. I'm sure it'll come around in a millennium or so, and by then my creed will be something to reckon with. There are already several shrines in my honor scattered across the outer reaches of Thay, and rumors of a very prominent temple under construction in Arm. This is only the beginning. Don't worry. With the ambition you hold, you'll never be too far from my sights. Pursue your dreams, and keep me in your prayers, and who knows? They might just get answered.
あ、てか、カメラ止まった。ちょっと待ってね。Absolute emergency over. Declare yes fist. なんとか。とかとか。
Must practice acceptance. My new powers are to be utilized, not feared.
お、リファシール。あと誰だ？ミンスクか？ 君は
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice. You have no idea who I am, do you? I thought Withers might have set the stage a little.
Wait, what? まさか。もしかして。ラファエル。お、critical success.
You know? You're bloody right. It is an honor. Finally, the scribe picks an adventurer of substance, of culture. What can I do you for? Your wish is my, etc. What song do you want?
違うの。誰だ
Fantastic idea. It'll suit the whole affair perfectly.
be honest, I've played this game.
Wish I'd had time to polish up the horns.
It's a game like based on Dungeons and Dragons.
Kill me, isn't he? Not the big mad bastard.
まあ100時間もやったからな。I played like for 100 hours. Yeah, I like this song so much.
Perhaps I should stretch my wings again.
Official guild letter. Oh, that's from everyone's. 9 fingers. Maybe I'll watch it like later. Follow here. Ah, Minsk here. Minsk いるんだ。
Ah, breathe deep, Boo. The
Oh.
smell of heroes sinks
リズ
from
もいる。
every stone in this place. Ah, to meet again where your journey began, my friend. An honor. For Minsk and his hamster both.
ハムスターだった。
Oh, and for Happy also.
Yes. Honored, of course.
See how your very presence snatches the breath from his chest? And it is no wonder. It is just this day that Happy learned of your legend, while we gazed down upon the very city you saved.
He dangled me from the high hall, upside down, for 2 hours.
拉致され
The
に
guild
来た
should not
か。
go creeping in high places if they do not have the stomach for them, hmm? It is well for Happy the strange portal appeared when it did. Minsk's arm was growing aches.
Still chasing after guild.
So I have. Though it is a peace made more from blade and boot than it is any sense of brotherhood. 9 fingers forbade any looting of the Illithid's fleshy vessels. And so Minsk guards what remains of the battle site, even from her. But where Minsk might once have thrown any sneaking scoundrels from the tower top, now I tell them of you. How you ruled the wickedness within. How they might do the same.
Yes, I'll rule it. I'll be better.
Oh, of course. It is still for Boo to decide if they live or die.
Oh gods.
But enough, my friend! I cannot tell your tale if I do not know the whole of it.
Minsk and Boo would know where you have been, what you have done.
Just live in my life. Now I have found someone to live in.
Without tadpoles, Boo. Forgive my hamster's squirrelishness. He has developed something of a taste for tadpole, and is displeased with the diet I have been forced to place him on. Now, Halfling, Boo will not have you embarrassing him in front of his friends, so you ought to know the rest of the company you keep. Will Ravengard, the Blade of Frontiers, Devil-Horned and Angel-Hearted. Lord Astarion, as murderous a monster as any I've known. But you are safe from his teeth. He is unlikely to stoop and split those fine trousers of his. Gale, who now names himself a god, though in truth, Minsk has known few wizards who did not think of themselves so. Shadowheart, two gods tugged at her soul, but she managed to keep it all for herself in the end. Wait, Boo, did she do something with her hair? And there, the champion of the Hells herself, Karlach Demon's Bane, Devil's Bane, Merkul Ball and Bane. Once the guild is made of good nymphs once more, Bull shall scratch the Hells wide open and find a way to bring her back. And finally, Jahira. If this is a name you do not already know, then not even Boo can save you. Study them well, sneak thief, for the best among them will be a guide for your guild. Heroes who put the city before themselves, who never falter in their duty, and more than this, who never arrive to a party without even a gift for the host.
But wait!
Go, my friend. Be among our friends. There is much work yet to be done before this one is fit to join them.
いる。全員と話した。多分。What? Oh. Wallの本。Book of the Building Souls.で、缶桶持ってるじゃん。最後はウィッファーと話すわ。
Thou searchest for the strongest warrior amongst thine band, Lae'zel, who ascended to the stars.
レゼル
And now
死
he
んだ
is
の
gone.
か。What do you mean gone?
It is as she wished. It is as all Githyanki wish. I asked thee once, what is the value of a single life? For many of the Gith, it can be measured. A single evening's supper for the Lich Queen. To be ascended is to be consumed.
ああ、やっぱ食べられたのか。
Blackith's hunger has known the heads of 50,000 of her subjects. But Lae'zel was, perhaps, greater than the rest. I know not where Lae'zel of Kalia is. I cannot sense her presence. Perhaps thou could. Know this. Her courage never faltered, her soul never waned. She accomplished all she e'er sought out. If she had fallen in battle, she would never have known regret. If she'd been killed in her duty, she would have known herself true. If Vlaakith claimed her, it was Lae'zel's honor to be claimed. What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen.
全員と話したな。じゃあ。
The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready. For thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving. To you.
Yes. Enough in memory of our friends and college. ここはまあ前見たからさ、スキップしますわ。10分くらいあるから。
There thou art.
で、ここは前見た。
Thy face is God's, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools, everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals, I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
GG ここに戻った。で、ラファエルの話、最後まで進んでないからな。あと、そうですね。ラツィオは最後のところ、サイコロで30いけたら多分助かれると思います。それくらいかな。で、今、裏で友達とやってた。そうですね。まあ、ロアシティまで進んだけど、まあ、あと2ヶ月かかるかもしれない。違うか、半年はかかるわ。1週間1回もやってないからな、多分。そっちは、見たもの全員殺して進んでるけど。うん。やっぱ一人でやった方が楽しい。友達とやってるときは、まあ、全員なぜか話じゃなくてストーリー見ない派だから。ああ。まあ、それは別の話ですね。よし。新しいエンディングも良かったな。で、多分このゲームが、こっちは妹がやってたゲームですね。で、こっちのゲームがクリアできたら、次の欄に行きたいと思います。で、次の欄はもっと短くしたいかもしれない。で、まあ多分敵側に立つかも。そういうこと。あと、もう一個クラスあるのよ。なんだっけ、マインスレアじゃなくて、ダークアーシュですね。次はダークアーシュもやってみたい。まあ多分来年になるかもしれないけど。そういうこと。いやー、楽しかった。よし。じゃあ終わるか。夜は晩ご飯食べた後多分じゃなくて、まあ、どたつやるかな。晩ご飯食べた後か、深夜なのかはわかんないけど。まあ、とりあえず夜ね。絶対やる。だけど。てか、最近新しいゲームめっちゃ出たけど、この8番手くじというゲームも気になる。まあ、どっかでやるわ、来週。で、来週は、この8番手くじもやって、で、超絶昔出たタロス・プリンシパルをもう一回やります。もう一回でか、前途中までしかやってないな。かな。まあ、謎解きでゲーですね。で、他の時間は多分ドタ2かな。じゃあ、夜はドタ2やりたいと思います。じゃあ、終わります。ふぶきさん来てくれてありがとうね。玄道さんもフェンスを噛み。カマケルさんも来てくれてありがとう。あとはクロフさんもフェンスを噛む。終わります。夜またやるわ。バイバイ、月明かりライトでした。またね